So what's really cool about these Zamp panels are all the little mounting clips and stuff. And, you know, like I said before, they're adjustable, so you can kind of slide these guys around. Maybe you're mounting it to a roof rack and it needs to be very specific. It's very easy to maneuver these. And I love easy. So just take this little guy, and then you have this little nut that's kind of tracked in there. It's spring loaded, and you just get your little foot and you can mount them either way. So say you want to get a really low profile over a rack, you can mount it, you know, this way, or you can mount it, say you're doing it flush to your roof. You just mount it right like that. Make sure you get these things tight. They have lock washers on them. I suggest a little bit of Loctite, because again, you don't want these guys flying off. So once you get those guys on there, you're ready to toss this panel up. Be aware of where you put your plug, i.e. if you have two plugs, get both of these on the same side and get them as close to your solar gland as possible. So that way, you know, you're not having to extend these things, you're not running wires all crazy. So keep in mind of that kind of stuff. Again, have a game plan start to finish whenever you start any of your projects, and it'll just really, really serve you as you work through whatever you're working on. We'll just put one screw in through these feet with a little strip of butyl tape to seal off that hole, and then we cover that with just a dab of lap sealant. So we've never had any leaks. I know we go a little bit overkill on that, but if you're gonna do all this work to the inside of your van, especially if it's wood, I would do whatever you can to make sure it's not gonna leak through your roof or damage anything on the inside of your van. So above and beyond, butyl to seal your screws, and then lap sealant to seal everything on top of that. So same thing goes with your solar gland. So the really cool thing about these Zamp solar glands that I really like is you don't have to punch a very big hole in the roof of your van. You just need to get a hole that's big enough to pass these two wires through. So you get your little wire, get your little hole, punch through the roof of your van, stick these guys through. They come with a little gasket, and then you screw the thing right to your van. One thing I like to do also is, you see how it's shaped, it's aerodynamic looking. The front of your van, this should point towards the front of your van. And, you know, of course it's not gonna be, you know, make or break the aerodynamics of your van, but if you have it pointed this way and it's raining, you're just like hammering water into your electrical ports. So point it this way and get your electrical ports and plugs facing the back of the van. And then again, after you get this thing mounted, we'll put a little dab of lap sealant right on top of the screws and really make sure that's all sealed up. All right, before we get on the roof, we're gonna go through a few of the tools that we recommend. And of course, you can make this happen with less tools, but this is the stuff we typically use. Again, caulk gun, doesn't need to be electric, but you need some form of caulking gun if you are gonna get the lap sealant on the roof. A drill with a step bit, and the step bits, again, I know we've talked about that. Those are so you can get your snap bushing in. When you cut holes in metal, you create lots of sharp edges, and then that way you can get your wires safely passed through your roof without cutting these guys up. The last thing you wanna do is install your solar gland, put your ceiling up, and then, you know, 10,000 miles down the road, like a wire gets a hole sawed through it because of the sharp metal, and then you gotta take your ceiling off, or you gotta take the, I don't know, bunch of work that's unnecessary. So protect your wires. You're gonna need just a standard impact driver. Of course, a drill will work for that as well. Wire snips, wire crimps, all of these kind of things. These are just a multitude of different tools. A heavier duty crimp for these bigger gauge wires, or these thicker butt connectors. You're definitely gonna need those. These little guys just won't cut it with the bigger butt connectors. And Multimeter. It's always good to check your continuity, check voltages coming through. It's a good way to check if your panel's plugged in backwards. If your panels are plugged in backwards, you're gonna get a negative voltage rather than a positive voltage. So, easy way to check stuff before you start plugging things in. So, again, these are just the basic tools, and it's not a very, very complicated job, but just do it right, because you don't want these things to fly off on the road. So we're gonna demo a couple different ways to mount these panels to your van. Our preferred way is to mount it to a roof rack. Now, I know that sounds kind of crazy, but because roof racks are really expensive, but there are less holes you're drilling in your roof. So you have your solar gland entry point and your fan. Those are the only two holes in the top of this van. I'm just gonna show you a couple little tips and tricks on how to mount these things. These little brackets, you can get these things off of Amazon. You can get them from a four-wheel parts or four-wheel store. Typically they're used to mount lights to, say, a bumper or something like that. So it's just a clamp that goes onto some round tubing, and then you use your stock Zamp feet and you bolt it directly to this. Now you can make little crossmember crossbars that go between your roof rails, and you can mount them that way as well. Again, that's just very, very stable, very sturdy, and again, kind of push it further back so wind isn't getting, hammered underneath this panel. Getting it all bolted is probably the best way to do it. And remember, if you are gonna be bolting this stuff, use stainless steel like hardware, use stainless steel screws. If you don't, and you let that stuff sit on top of your van, it will rust. And as that rust runs down your van, it'll leave stains. It'll stain the outside of your van. So make sure you use stainless. And also, if you're using stainless, use a little bit of anti-seize on the bolts, because stainless has a tendency to gall up. And what that means is the threads just kind of bind and fall apart, and then they get locked. So maybe before it's even done being tightened, or maybe you gotta pull it back off, those bolts will actually break. So throw a little bit of anti-seize, and then again, on the exterior, we like to use Nylock stainless steel nuts as well. So make sure everything is staying rigid, everything is staying tight. A lot of vibration when you're driving. You'll find yourselves on a lot of dirt roads, so just think of that kind of stuff. It's the old, set it and forget it kind of ideal, where use the proper hardware so that way you never have to think about it again. On this one, we're gonna demonstrate how we mount these things to the roof if you don't have a rack. So this is how these panels are set up and how your kits will come. Here is that little flat piece. You screw it right to your roof as such, and then using your butyl underneath that foot, and then you put your lap sealant right on top, and then you just drop your panel with your foot right on top of this guy, and then you throw your bolt right in. It's super simple, super easy, very straightforward. And this stuff, these things are very rigid, and these things will stick to your roof very, very well. So you don't need to spend a ton of money on a roof rack. You don't need to make cross beams or anything like that. This stuff does work really, really well. So if you want to try and keep this more budget friendly, just use the kit that you can get through Zamp, or really any other kit. But just remember, I think the little mixture for making sure you have a van that doesn't leak is a little bit of butyl tape underneath everything and lap sealant on top, and that'll give you a nice healthy seal.